Fight!
Hi guys, this is Phil, the Balrog, current king of the North, and I welcome you to our next battle report. Tonight's gonna be a casual edition because we decided to ban three things. We are gonna showcase the neutral against Nightwatch in a Feast of Throw mode. Now let's welcome my guest, Alex, the Thousand Lord Commander.
Hi everyone. So we decided to ban some stuff from the Night's Watch because at the time of recording on Facebook, the hatred for the watch was at his peak. So we decided to ban Othel. Othel, according to the stats, he's the best commander and he's completely broken with his cards and his hardened ability. We decided to ban John because of his for the watch ability and the watch captain. So I'll let Phil talk about his army and I'll come back to the ban list later.
Alright, me, I brought my favorite neutral commander, Rose Bolton. I put in a unit of Blackguard. I brought another unit of Blackguard Vanilla without any attachment. I brought a Stormcrow Archer unit with Brown the Sellsword. And finally, I brought a unit of Flamemen. For my NCU, I had Peter Baelish, Tycho, and Lord Varys. My game plan was very simple. My Blackguard were there to protect my Archer and old objective. The Stormcrow Archer are, in my mind, one of the best units to counter the Nightwatch. They shoot units that are holding the objective and force my opponent to make our choice. And we kind of discovered that Nightwatch have a good defense, but not against ranged unit. And the Flamemen are usually my hammer, my protection for the flank, or my jack of all trade units. Was pretty confident that this list, even that neutral are not a popular faction and not considered too strong, I had good chance to win the game with the 3 ban that we made before the game.
Well, you stated that the best thing to counter Night's Watch is shooting them, but don't forget we have a better shooting than everybody.
Yeah, but I mean, the hunter, one of the best thing is to shoot them. Because an infantry will never be able to cock them, and even the crossbow. Yeah, crossbow are better at shooting at you, but sometimes a unit cannot go and charge them because they're gonna get charged, and you're gonna be able to go back, and after that you're gonna shoot them again. In my mind, the only better best unit to face your X-bow is a unit of cavalry, but we're gonna talk about that later.
Yeah. So as for my list, I decided to go against stats. As you can see, I took the worst commander according to stats, which is Alysar Thorn. Alysar Thorn, some problems, some inherent problem he has is, well, for his attachment ability, Vicious is not really useful with a watch. It doesn't synergize, and 2 of his cards also are only useful in melee, so you can get stuck with those cards. As you can see, I also deployed only 2 NCUs, so I go against the tendency of bringing 3 NCUs, and which has a better win value. So I went with a defensive unit. Ghost is there to go and get some corpse pile which would be generated. Let's say I sacrifice my conscripts. The Flameman is there to go with mobility and play with the tokens with the Watch Marshal attachment. And and you see I got Jon Snow, Lord Snow, to send tokens to my enemy and to give me a longer threat range. So I got no shooting, no expose, and nothing from my ban list, which were watch captains and 2 commanders. So as you can see, I got only melee, and I got defensive abilities, but only in hand-to-hand combats, and only 2 NCU. So let's see how it will go out with some of the weakest stuff, according to stats, in the Night's Watch rooster.
Alex said a lot of things, but first thing first, I just want to say that he forgot his Ruse character at home. Then we put Ramsey for his Ruse NCU. Then if you see Ramsey on the tactic board, it's Ruse. And after that, Alex talk about the kind of meta that 3 NCU is better than 2. I agree with him 100%. If you go in a tournament and you bring 2 NCU list, I don't think you're gonna win. It's a huge advantage to have 3. And in my mind, I hope that one day Simon gonna tax the 3rd NCU.
Well,
Uh,
the problem with the advantage you get with 3 NCU is twofold. You get a cheap activation for only 4 points most of the time, and also you protect yourself against the enemy NCUs. You can block them, and some NCUs or some cards can have really nasty effects. Just think about For the Watch or the Stormcrows with Brawn, who has some replaceability. So if you only have 2 NCUs, you can have some trouble countering the enemy NCUs.
yes, and that's why I hope that one day for a 40-point list, I don't want to stop people to bring 3 NCU, but just that maybe if the opponent, the player want to bring 3 NCU, that the third NCU, but you have a tax, like 1 point more if you want to bring a third NCU. That if your NCU costs only 4 points, but then it's gonna cost 5. Just put a little penalty because at the moment, 3 NCU is a big advantage. You need to have a specified list if you want to play with only 2 NCU and do good in tournament.
I don't even think that 2 NCU, a tax of 1 point would be enough to prevent people from bringing 3 NCUs.
Now we see Alex begin taking the horse with his veteran unit, and I understand we kind of were in a race for the first one that to go sit on the objective at the bottom of the screen.
So as you can see, everybody deployed at the bottom of the screen, so we got Alistair and his veterans facing off Roos and his blackguard, so 2 defensive units clashing. That's why I thought that going straight for the objective was one of the best plan.
Yeah, exactly. And how can I say that your tactic was good because Alistair Thorne and Jon Snow in unit of veteran are very good. And if I had no range unit, I think that this game will have been very, very hard for me.
Well, as you can see, I also deployed Jon Snow and his vets in front of your Stormcrow. So the plan was for me to go with my 11-inch range charge because he has reckless charge. So I was hoping to close the gap as fast as possible while sending tokens to Rose's unit so I could get them panic and vulnerable.
Oh yeah, and me, I was scared out of my mind of John because even though I was able to let my Stormcrow Archer a little bit further of your charge range, I knew that the horse or your tactic card, I don't remember the name of the tactic card.
Watcher on the wall?
Yes, exactly. Could react to my action and after that let you charge them. Then I knew that I really had to think my positioning and my action very very well to be able to not get charged by you with a Watcher on the Wall card and after that a charge because if my Stormcrow Archer are gone, my game is not going well for me.
And I deployed my conscripts behind my lines, which is where they should go most of the time, because their order, which is supply 8, is really strong, and as long as they are alive, they can supply 4 wounds to any units within long range, even Flademan, which is really extreme if you think about it. So
Yeah.
I knew you had some shooting, so I decided to protect them behind my line.
A lot of persons say that supply 8 it's a little bit too strong and the free wound should not exist.
Well, I think that's not exactly the problem. The problem is when you start putting multiple conscripts on the battlefield. One is not too bad, but when you get 2, when they heal each other, that's really strong. So as you can see, I have a drinking problem there.
We all have.
Yeah, it will be useful if the game goes wrong.
The other ability that people say that thematically is kind of wrong and a little bit too strong, it's the ability of the Champion of the Fate.
Warcry?
Yeah, exactly. And Warcry is getting more and more in each army and attachment and units. And thematically, it should have been at the start of the round. You can make an enemy unit pass a moral test and have both of unit because I don't understand why poor fellow that are naked on the field yell and make veteran units scared.
Yeah, it's someone on Facebook who suggested that the target of Warcry should pass a panic test, or should make a panic test with some, let's say, some minuses depending of the ranks of the unit making the Warcry. So I was using it with John, and because of the course file, I failed.
Yeah, and me, I forgot that John have Warcry. In my mind, it was like his commander version ability, Rally Cry. And when you told me this, I regret so much to have pushed my unit of Blackguard that far, because when you told me, yeah, Jon Snow have Warcry, I was, oh fuck, this is gonna be a long game. All right, like you see, you move in the block. You wanted to go have the objective.
Mm-hmm.
Me, with my Blackguard, sorry, my Flame Man. The only thing I wanted is to stop your Flame Man to go hit the flank of my unit and go too far and go fetch my Stormcrow Archer.
So now, as you can see, there are 3 NCUs on the board, so which 2 of them are mine. So you have, I think you have Baelish left, and you have another one left in your unactivated.
Yep, I had Varys and Baelish ready to go, and I was waiting as long as I can. And like we talked at the beginning of the game, 2 NCU is great. I love game at 2 NCU. It's just when we try to go a little bit harder and competitive, you need to bring 3, because you see the right now, if Alex had a 3rd NCU, it would not have been the same game. Now I have the control and the choice to do whatever I want with the tactic board.
So maybe my mistake there was to start with the horses to push my commander forward, and I was trying to go for the objective as fast as possible.
A mistake. You could not know that I was going to shoot you with my Stormcrow Archer, because me, that's the reason why I was holding my Stormcrow to be the last unit that I'm gonna to activate, because I just wanted to put them in range to shoot you. And because I have Peter Baelish, I knew that I could shoot you a couple of times this round. But me, in my mind, go for the objective to grab it before my guys is not necessarily a bad idea.
And I think I also had in my hand the card to have me reroll a morale test, so that I could keep the objective. And I knew that if you were gonna sit first on the objective with the Blackguards, it was over for me. It's too defensive.
Exactly, and and with rules in them, because you have intimidating presence that help the Blackguard tremendously to make you fail the panic test and make you even hit harder with the +1 wound. And the other stuff is the first one that's gonna go on the corpse pal may be able to position his unit that even if he failed his panic test, the other unit won't control the token.
Yeah, because I think an infantry tray can cover the whole corpse pile. I think.
Exactly, and doing that, then your opponent cannot touch the corpse pal, and he cannot take the objective when you're gonna fail a panic test. Then I understand why we kind of race toward the objective, and both of us had our commander in front of it, and that's mean like 2 victory points by turn if we are winning the race for it.
So you decided to shoot. You were not lucky. I was not lucky, so I lost 2 veterans. So I had another test to make. So John has a 0% success of panic tests.
Yeah, he is a coward.
Yeah, I understand. Well, it's Alistair the commander, so John, of course, is a coward.
Yeah, but actually my goal was to shoot Alistair unit, but it just out of range. But I was kind of okay in shooting in Jon Snow unit, and I knew that you're gonna go heal back yourself with the conscript, but doing that, I knew that the order was gone for this turn, and my other attack gonna make real wound to the unit.
So I think you had the last activation, which was the swords. So at the time you took the swords, you were controlling the envelope and the swords, so you were able to reroll and send a vulnerable token.
Yeah, the same thing that I just did with the first veteran unit, but the fact is, because that you moved Alistair unit, I'm gonna change unit and do it again on Alistair, and it was kind of a win for me because both units were going to be vulnerable at the end of the round if I didn't use the second token.
Mm.
And with your new card, is it shield that make you reroll the defense save?
Yes.
Yeah. You need to put vulnerable token on the watch because veteran, if they have shield, play on them, they are just crazy good because they rebound all the block hit against you.
You know, you save your Stormcrows while shifting 2 inches back, because at that time I had Watcher on the Wall in my hand, so John could have charged you at the start of the next round.
Is that me that play first next round?
Oh yeah, I think so. Okay, you could protect it, but it was a good move backing up your Stormcrows while shooting.
Yeah, exactly, because that was opening me the possibility to activate another unit than the Stormcrow at the beginning of the next round.
Mm.
You're gonna just see Alec just passed his panic test, but
Yes.
I was able to kill him 3 guy of his unit, and at the end of the round I was pretty happy with my positioning and the number of casualty I make. And in my mindset, I just wanted to kill the Alistair unit with my archer on this round, and I knew that I have the possibility to do it just because I have issue order in my hand. Then I knew that the Stormcrow could shoot at least 3 times this round. Why? Because they have their activation. I have issue order a second time, and with Baelish and Brown, I knew that I have a lot of possibility to shoot them maybe even 4 times.
4 times. Well, you were guaranteed 4 times. So as you can see on the field, I decided to play Watcher on the Wall, and we just considered that I played it after the last shot, which is after the last attack at the end of the first round. So we cleaned up, but we used Watcher on the Wall at the end of the. Consider that we used Watcher on the Wall in the last.
But you
last
saw
round.
that I was lucky that I was going to play first because if I didn't, you would have been able to charge me.
I'm not sure I was reaching because of the bug, but I was pretty close.
You know, no, it's true. The bug was stopping you to do it, but I remember I placed my archer there because I knew that the bug will protect me from a charge of John. All right.
So you could shoot me 4 times.
Yeah, but I decided to go on the purse. That's the reason why I said 3 at the beginning of my sentence. It's because if I was going to use Billish, I could have put him on the envelope and choose the sword or the purse because Brown allowed me to take one or the other one. But I knew that if I was going to let the purse open, you were going to take it and heal. And it was like kind of a loss of an activation. Then me, I was preferring to take Billish, put him on the purse. I was going to stop you healing. Doing that, I was going to get Sundering.
Yep.
And after that, you're gonna see I'm gonna use the ability of Peter Bellish and take the sword. That means that my first shot I had 7 attack. I was going able to reroll and have Sundering against the veteran. And doing that, using the ability of Bellish this soon was, I think, great because I knew that I was going to shoot 3 times. Then that means that all the 3 shots gonna be Sundering and rerolling my dice. And doing that, I was also forcing Alex to spend one of his NCU and to go on the sword. And doing that, it was great because he only have 2 NCU, and I'm gonna make him spend an NCU activation on the sword.
Yeah, no real replace value, and the fact that I didn't have any range unit had me waste the swords.
Yeah, exactly. Then I think that at this moment I have a great game plan, and I was executing it well.
Mm-hmm. And I was regretting not bringing some archers or crossbows or even Othel NCUs, something to shoot. I was really regretting it at that point.
But you could have made me a lot of moral tests with ruse and your other NCU to the Stormcrow Archer.
Yes, but panic is not really reliable. You have the enemy lose 1, 2, or 3 wounds. With Brawn, you have +1 morale, so it's not really reliable.
I forgot Brown because in my mind it was like Stormcrow Archer have a terrible morale.
Not this much in this edition, I think. They had 8 morale 8 last edition, and they went to morale. I'm gonna look.
Pretty sure it's 7, but in my mind 7 is very bad morale.
Yeah, but it's better than last edition. Yes, it's 7 plus. 7
Okay,
plus.
last edition they was terrible.
Hmm.
Now you saw I made a 4 wound to his veteran. I was very happy. And you put a fire that burned the
Against the cold to reroll my morale. I had a 4, so we considered I still had a 4 and a 2, so I passed.
Yeah, and that was great because if I would have been able to push further damage to this unit, it would have been disastrous for you.
So even though Alistair did not panic, I was panicking at that point because I knew I wasn't the objective, so I did not have any incentive to go forward. But staying there was a death sentence for me. So I knew I needed something to happen, but I didn't know what exactly I could do.
But both of us knew that the thing that you needed to do is to counter the archer. Try to go get a charge with John or even the Flayman or maybe even Ghost. And like you said, that your veteran unit need to get help, heal, or maybe even retreat. But retreating it was giving me the objective, and at the long run was going to give me the game because I was going to score victory point each round. Now we saw you activate your conscript again. We see that the conscript didn't like to heal a lot because for 2 rounds in a row, healed and have to sacrifice 3 of their guys. And for me, that was another kind of little victory in my mind because I was looking at the conscript and I knew that they could not keep healing like this all the game.
Well, I can do it 4 rounds only, and after that, this is a new corpse file.
Yeah, exactly. And Ghost in that scenario was a good idea because, like you said, if the country die healing other unit, or even if you are unlucky and a unit of veterans is dying, you can put the corpse pile behind you and just put Ghost on it.
Mm-hmm. So I decided to take the swords and use Ruse's replaceability to have you lose 1 magnific wound. So
yeah, I didn't understand why you didn't target the archer.
Maybe because I wanted to charge them, and I knew that the less ranks they have, the less panic their horrific visage is mitigated.
Okay.
Or maybe I foresaw that you were gonna charge me and hit me, so I lost 2 veterans there. I think it's Varys who Varysed me.
Yeah, exactly. Me, I wanted to kill the veteran at all costs, and when you took the sword, that was kind of part of my plan. I was going to force you to take the sword, and I knew that with Varys I was going to able to push you 3 other hit, and that's gonna continue to put your veteran in a bad place. Okay, I jumped on the envelope because I wanted to have my 2 last shot with all the Stormcrow ability. Doing that, I was going to have more card, able to push a token on one of the Alex unit, and have the last ability that the Stormcrow Archer can have is putting a vulnerable token on the enemy that I'm gonna shoot. That's combo. Baelish and Stormcrow Archer, when you are able to set up it well, it's devastating. Is almost as strong as crossbow in the Night Watch with a Watch Captain.
Almost.
But it was kind of revenge for me. It was the first time that I was able to make Alex feel how we were feeling playing against him.
The Night's Watch. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm able to show him how many how we feel when you attack us like 3 or 4 times with your crossbow in a run.
Yeah, sorry.
It's not your fault, but one of the things that we discover is Watch Captain are a problem more because they can trigger the ability on range attack.
Yes, so it's a free activation, either melee or range, but you start using it earlier with range attack.
Yeah. And because the crossbow can shift when you charge them, like I said, a normal unit are almost impossible to be able to catch with the crossbow, because you need to be very very close from them if you want to charge them, because you know that they're gonna go back 2 inch and that's gonna add to your charge distance. And each time you charge them, they stand and shoot and attack you one more time. And with the captain, you know that it's not gonna be only their activation, it's gonna be the captain activation, it's gonna be their stand and shoot. It's terrible. Then that's why I love so much the Stormcrow Archer in neutral army. You have issue command that kind of is a watch captain that can give you another activation. And when you add all the bonus that you when you control the tactic board, that's so great. But that's another reason why 2 NCU is bad. It's you cannot block the zone for your enemy.
Exactly, especially when you have Baelish. So I decided to use the horses to go forward.
Yeah, you decide to place yourself to charge me, and I hurry myself up to take my blackguard and put them in a way that you will not be able to charge. But I was letting line of sight to my archer to let them continue shooting in your other units.
What I should have done there is charge John into Ruse, if only to just block the line of sight. If I went 50-50, I think I was blocking the Stormcrow's line of sight to Alistair's unit. I think.
That's true, but you will have a lot of shooting in you. I will not have stopped myself from shooting
Of
you.
course not.
And after that, maybe even a blackguard unit in your flank.
Yeah, but a blackguard unit in a veteran's flank is not. I think it's not troublesome.
But yeah, okay, because you have a good morale, but still, it's vicious in your flank, and you have intimidating presence from Roos. You're still gonna do your test at -4, -5 because of the corpse pals. Yeah, I think on the long run you're gonna lose a lot of guy.
Yeah, but if you hit me, you would hit at 5+. You would. I think you would hit me, but let's say I'm able to attach shields. Well, you would not do a lot of hits on those units.
Oh, that's true though, but that's why we told that veteran unit with the setup and this commander was not a bad idea. If I didn't have Stormcrow Archer, I was pretty sure to lose this game because your veteran unit was so strong defensively against a melee unit. It was gonna be a really really hard game for me if I didn't block some archer.
Yep. So what happened? Oh, I was deciding either to use the attached effect of fire that burns against the cold.
Now you see that on that roll I was very lucky. I hit with all my 7 attack.
Yep. And I think I didn't remove the shield, the vulnerable, because I knew I had the shield in my hand.
Yeah, and we're gonna see you roll your save. Me, I use my vulnerable token to make you re-roll your three success.
Mm-hmm. So
no, 2 success because I had Sundering. Yeah.
Yeah. So 6 dead. So I was gonna play shield. You played a flayed man. Flayed man has no secret. That's it.
Exactly, yep. And that's my favorite card of Ruse because it's kind of a counter plot.
Yeah. So you remove the.
Remove the panic token to be able to stop shield.
Yep.
And in my mind, that's the card that I hate the most in the Night Watch is shield. And I was kind of happy to have it, and I was waiting for you to play a shield to use it. That means that you lose 6 guy, and Alistair unit was in a very very dire situation because you knew that I still have No, you didn't knew it because I had
No.
issue order in my end. But me, I knew that I was going to be able to kill him.
So that's it. So I knew that at that time, what I thought is that the danger was Alistair's unit being charged by the blackguards in their front, because only was one wound and it was it. Okay, so what I did, okay, I charged them because they were vulnerable and panic. That's fine. As I
Yeah,
stated, maybe I should have charged Rose's unit.
and you knew that you were stronger than me. That I will never be able with my blackguard to kill your
No.
veteran. And our both of our flayman unit was kind of in a western, they were
A Mexican standoff.
exactly in a Mexican standoff. They were waiting what the other one was going to do. The first one that gonna go charge the other unit, the other unit of flaymen was gonna counter charge in the flank of the flaymen.
But even then, I was in trouble because we had equal activations, and you were first player last time, so you could chain them.
Yep.
Okay. So there, I think I rolled a 1 for my charge, so that's why I didn't reroll my 2 hit.
So you make me reroll my panic test because I was panic. I think I was looking in my end, and I'm pretty sure I was searching for the card that make me auto pass my moral test, and that's
Yep.
what I show you.
Worth the reward.
Yep.
So I charged you, and you lost 2 guys.
Love Lord Word the Word. That's kind of a card that when you read it at first, you say, it's maybe not that good, but it can so much save a unit. I love the card. It's only the trigger that are within 6 inches for an auto pass. If not, you just reroll your dice. But still, you know that your commander unit and the unit around him are kind of safe from that.
You remember when I said I should have charged John into Rose? I should have charged John into Rose and Ghost into the other blackguards, because now what I did, I changed the activations to have Ghost protect Alistair from a charge, and Ghost with Watcher on the Wall, which attached on John's unit, he was moving 21 inches.
Now you saw I used the crown. I have a one NCU activation left, and I told myself, the crown and the corpse pile -2 is gonna be a 7+ moral save. You have a 40% chance to miss it, and I'm gonna be able to take my activation to shoot ghost. And I was lucky. Alex failed his activation, and I was able to kick Alistair out of the game. Now we draw a new objective. We put the new corpse pile. I just forgot on this game to capture the objective. We don't know which objective was on the table, but the thing that I remember, it's the best objective was the one on the bottom of the screen, and that's the reason why we all kind of throw our unit there.
But if you look at the length of this video, you can see that the game did not drag on. So it's the objectives did not go into effect for a long time.
No, the objectives were not very important in that game. It was not a game that finished at the time and the point. But hey, have you? Are you agreeing with me that in this edition the game are a little bit longer?
Well, it can drag longer because there are a lot less alpha strikes, and panic does less damage. So yeah, they can drag longer.
I don't know if I like that.
Well, maybe it's fine for day-to-day games. For tournaments, which are multiple games during a day, can be problematic. But I think I like it better, because last edition it was all the question was, how can I alpha strike my opponent? So now it's more a chess game, and you can have some units receive a charge and stay and have counterplay.
Yeah, that's true. But like you told, it's more in a competitive scene that I hate it because the game are just an hour and a half, and with it a lot of time the player are not able to finish their game. We saw that you failed the Mexican standoff, but I understand why you did it. You needed to create something because with the archer and the Alistair dead, yeah, you wanted to try to have an advantage on the other side of the board, but it's kind of like if you do nothing, you're gonna lose. You need to take some risks, but it didn't pay off for you at that moment.
That's it.
Now, me, I think the only unit I have two units I didn't activate. I didn't activate my Blackguard at the bottom of the screen, and I didn't activate my Flayman at the top.
That's it.
I was in a very very good situation. I was, in my mind, I knew that I was in the driver's seat, and if I didn't do any bad move or suicidal move, I was going to win this. Then I used my issue order card. My third attack with the Stormcrow, full mod with the reroll, with the Vulnerable and the Sundering.
So Ghost has only 4 wounds, which is great, but it's not that high. You hit me 5 times, and I have 5 plus save.
And that's what happened. We stopped the game there, and we saw that this kind of realized us that we have a rock, paper, scissor kind of list, and that's the reason why when you go in the tournament, you need to bring 2 lists, because sometimes you're going to cut a list that you cannot beat. And it's not because the other faction is stronger, it's just because the way the list is built going to give you an advantage incredible.
I had no defensive ability against range. I had no range units. I had only 2 NCUs, so your archers were killing me. That's what happened.
Yeah. But we wanted to keep this battle report a little bit more short. And what we're gonna do? We're gonna
I could not drag this on. I lost. I already lost.
What we decide to do, it's we're gonna do an episode that we're just gonna talk and come back on this game and a couple of topics that we really wanted to share to you, and we're gonna do it in around the fire and just kind of do it in another episode to not drag you too long on this one. On this, we are glad to have you tonight, and I hope to see you in the next battle report or the talk around the fire. Good night, everybody.
Yes, ciao.